This is EBSEC's online support program for grade 11 and 12. This lesson is for class 11. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today the topic that we have to discuss is unit 4 of class 11 book. The topic name is From Mother with Love. It is a story about a mother and a daughter who had a very strong bond between them. This text gives us a lesson of encouragement to face the harsh realities of life and move on. After completion of this lesson, the student would be able to analyze the story elements like characters, events, setting, plot, theme, tone point of the view. They would also be able to identify the speaker or narrator in a selection. They would recognize the author's purpose and point of view and their effects on the text. They would identify universal themes present in literature across all cultures. They would be able to read a text to make connections between characters, events, motives, and causes of conflicts in text across cultures. Also, they would identify and use figurative, idiomatic, and technical vocabulary. From Mother with Love is penned on by Zoa Sherburne. She was an American author known for her young adult fiction. She was born in Seattle, Washington. She began writing in elementary school. She managed to publish over 300 short stories in magazines. Her 30 novels were published, which were translated into over 27 languages. One of her books, Stranger in the House, about a family dealing with the return of their mother from a mental situation, became a movie. Another famous novel, Memories Never Die, it was written in 1982. Her novels often deal with girls in difficult circumstances. Example, Jennifer. Let's have introduction of the lesson. It's a story about a mother and daughter who had a very strong bond between them. A mother who loves, supports, and comforts her daughter. Our daughter is very much connected to her mother. The story also shows the imminent nature of death, which deprives us of our dear ones. The writer expresses that we should always be ready to accept that death is our common destiny. In the story, the mother, Mary Hawley, knows that she is going to die soon. Still, she never feels agony and spends time with her daughter cheerfully and has even packed Christmas presents in advance for her dear ones. She is always dressed in bright colors and looked young and carefree with shining eyes. She spends the whole time in such a normal way that her husband and daughter thought that she might not be aware of the fact that she is going to die soon. How lively that lady is. Also, it is a lesson for her daughter who gets encouraged and becomes bold to face this tragedy of losing her mother. She gets the lesson that she to go forward and move on. This realization makes her adopt a responsible attitude towards life, her father, and the households. An important lesson for the reader is that no one knows the time of one's death, so live life to the fullest. One must enjoy the amazing blessings of life before the death takes away all the charms of life. So, who are the characters that we have? We have three characters: Mr. John Hawley, who was father of Minta Hawley; Mrs. Marley Hawley, mother of Minta Hawley; and Minta Hawley. Obviously, she's daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Hawley. So, starting with page number 31, the story starts when the daughter Mary Hawley is overcome with nostalgia for the day which started a normal Saturday of early September. She even remembers the minute details of sapping sounds of the waves, pungent smell of burning logs, soaring seagulls, and most importantly, her father's face. She woke up a bit late. The family of three members had a late breakfast. Father lost in reading paper and mother, dressed up in gaily colors, busy in household. Happy conversations about Minta's needs for school she had to join in a couple of weeks. Her father asked her if she would like to go with him to get some seafood. She agreed, but her mother wanted to stay home, curled up in a chair with an apple in front of the TV. Minta asked her father if she could call her friend Sally to go with them. Her father disapproves the idea, so they both went themselves. On their way to beach, father was unusually quiet and very serious, which was not normal for her. At first, Minta thought that her father might be thinking about talking her out of getting admission in Maryhill School because she is about to leaving her parents to get admission in that school. It was special as her mother, Mary Hawley, graduated from there. She felt that her father behaved unusually that day. While she was trying to enjoy the beach, she found her father looking at her and trying to smile. This reminded her the way he smiled at her when she had to suffer the pain of burst appendix. She knew that he would 1,000 times rather bear the pain than watch her suffer. She tries to understand what was bothering her father. She asked him if it was her going to Maryhill which was upsetting him. He told her that he went to see Dr. Morton. This made her think that her father might be sick. Her father told her that he was worried about her mother, who was really sick. He proved the news that the doctor said she was going to die and she might have 3 months or less to live. She was shaken by the news. She started thinking about her mother, how pretty and caring she was. She recalled how her mother was able to do shopping for Christmas early that year. Her father explains that due to reason, he did not want her to go to Maryhills that year to spend more time with her mother. She recalls her walk on the beach that day, if walking through a nightmare. She remembers how that year she and her father loved to swim, but her mother had preferred to curl up on the beach blanket and watch them. She thought how she remarked about her, a cushion by the fire in the winter and a cushion in the sun in the summer. And mother agreed instantly, as she was always good natured about their teasing. It was at that moment that she realized that her father was feeling very lonely. They didn't get clams and went back home. Before entering home, her father tells her to behave normally and not to let her mother know if anything is wrong. Life went on normally after that, even though a lot was changed in Minta's heart and mind. Minta used to be amazed by the preparations her mother managed to do. Her mother tells her that she was just like her. Minta notices that she resembled her father physically, but from inside, she was just like her mother. She wants to forget that her mother, who was full of life and laughter, is going to die. She wants to forget the conversation on the beach but couldn't. One November morning, Minta came from school and found her mother raking leaves in the yard as she was preparing for a bonfire. Minta takes some pics with her mother and realized that there were dark circles under her mother's eye. After bonfire, her mother got very tired, but still she managed to make out a Christmas card list. Minta realized that it was the last time that they had the bonfire in the alley. She tries to wash away all the fears of losing her mother by crying. Her mother comforted her by talking to her in soothing voice. Her mother asked her if she would want her to leave the light on in order to fight her spoon. Her mother is always concerned about her family's needs and feelings. Minta fought against her tears even a week later when an ambulance came to take her mother to the hospital, and when she was in hospital bed, she advised Minta to make sure her father takes his vitamin pills on time. Minta kept on fighting her tears even after her mother dies and she had to meet people at the funeral. She didn't even cry when she came back to her empty house. Not even when people insisted her to cry so that she could feel better. Minta and her father thought that Mary Holly never knew about her death. Minta's father had told people that Mary had never known about her condition. After Mom's death, Minta and her father didn't talk to each other much. One night, father came to Minta and asked her if she could go through her mother's closet and find what she wants to keep so that the rest can be given away to church bazaar. She gathered up herself to do this hard task and packed most of her mother's stuff into boxes to give away. With everything there were lots of her mother's memories. She tried not to remember them. Opening the door of her mom's closet made her feel as she was there in the room. She kept on packing things, almost in a frantic haste. As she found the gifts that her mother had packed for them, she realized that her mother knew about her condition all the time, yet she managed everything and kept herself busy in household. This realization made her cry. She remembered how she teased her mother for doing an early shopping for Christmas that year. She had packed a gift for Minta with a tag written from Mother with Love. It was a photo frame. Minta thought of all those things her mother used to do, and suddenly she recalled the words said by her mom. You are just exactly like me. She opened the box that she packed earlier and took out her mom's sweater and pale green slip. Then she tells her dad that she would keep those. She decided to have the same optimistic thought that her mom used to have. She was a changed person now. With tear stain on her cheeks, she turned on all the lamps, the TV, and asked her dad if he would like to share an apple with her. She became responsible and puts the vitamin pills out on the windowsill. She realized that her mom used to be very keen about the Christmas, so she tells her father that they should start thinking about Christmas and tossed an apple to him. In the end, she sat down in her mom's favorite blue chair as if she belonged there and smiled at her father. This shows her acceptance of death as a fact and lived life to its fullest. It is such an emotional text. Let's talk about its theme. Death is imminent and we must accept it as a fact. It deprives us of our dear ones and we can't do anything about it. Sooner or later, we have to bear the pain of losing our loved ones. It seems the end of our own life, but we must move on in life and make the most out of the time that it has given us. We can do it by becoming more responsible and by taking care of those who went through the same pain as us. Students, I urge you to go through the chapter first. Open your books, turn to these pages, and read it thoroughly. Not once, but actually twice or thrice. Feel the story, feel the pain, feel the emotions that are embodied in that story. Then come to this slide, go through the slides again, and obviously at the end you have to do some home tasks. What is the home task? It's just right in front of you. You need to answer these questions, but for this you need to thoroughly read the chapter first and understand it clearly. You may ask questions, but I insist you to read the chapter first and then go through the slides again. Thank you so much.